Hi everyone, it's Sarah at Cornish Papercraft. I just wanted to bring another video to you today. Now bear with me, obviously I'm getting used to using a camera and my own voice, and today I've moved the camera, so if there's any dark spots or anything, please do let me know. I've kind of done my best on where I could get it. So today we're going to be making a silver embossed card using the Daisy Lane stamp set, which is this one here. Now I found these cards on Pinterest this morning from an American demo, and I just couldn't wait to have a go. Obviously you can change the saying on them and the design on the stamps card style as well. So this one's like a tent card, so it goes up that way. This one here opens out to the side, or this one here which opens out from the bottom. So we're going to be giving this one a go today. So I have gone ahead and cut all my pieces of card that I need. That's mainly due to nerves, and obviously I will fluff on the sizes. So the first part is the Whisper White cardstock, which is our base layer for the card. And this one measures 8.5 by 5.5, and I've just scored it at the 4.25 mark just to make that into the card shape. Basic Black, which is a matte layer. This one's 5.25 by 4. And Pretty Peacock, which is one of the new in colours. Now how lush is that colour there. This piece measures 5 by 3.75, and that one's going to sit on there, and this is the bit that we're going to be doing all of the work on. So we are going to be using Versamark, which is this one, and I have gone ahead and just put my stamps onto the block so that I'm all ready to go. So with your Versamark, I'm just going to move everything out of the way. I'm using the fern, which is this one here, and give it a good coating with Versamark. Now Versamark is obviously sticky, so it will make a sticky noise as you pop it down onto your card. Now you can randomly place wherever you want the ferns to go. So I'm just going to do a bit of random stamping there. Like I say, you can do whichever design you like. So just quickly pop that one up there. That one with there as well. And what I always like to do when I'm playing around with Versamark is just bring the card up to the light so I can see, I'm not quite sure if you'll see this on camera, where I've stamped, so I don't go over it. And then obviously the next part is I've decided to use silver embossing powder. So I'm just going to bring in this little tool here that I picked up from a local store. It is supposed to be a bead tray, but it's fantastic for putting your embossing powders on so it doesn't get too messy. And just a cheap sort of paintbrush there. So with your embossing powder, just scatter it all over where you've stamped your image. And just double check before you finish to make sure you do have embossing powder on everywhere that you've stamped, and if not, just go over it again just to make sure you have, oops, or do that and drop the embossing powder over everything. So I'm just going to wipe that one there. Now I'm just going to take a second or two just to tidy that up. I knew this would happen on camera. Actually, I'm just going to move everything out of the way, start a new sheet. So this is nerves, ladies and gentlemen, which happens to us at all times. So I'm just going to move that sheet just directly out of view. Okay, nice clean background again, and bring that one back in. So as you can see, I have used the silver embossing powder to go over all of the ferns and leaves. And the next bit that we're going to be doing is to bring in the embossing tool. Obviously if you have the volume up loud, just lower it slightly because it can be quite deafening. And just go over your stamped images. It can take sort of 25-30 seconds before you start to see where the embossing powder starts to interact with the heat, and it will just make the images pop. I don't know if you can quite see this on camera at the moment, but you can just see where the images have started to pop. So I'm just going to quickly go ahead and do the other few. So this is obviously a fairly new camera to me, so I haven't quite learned out how to speed things up yet or cut out horrible pieces where I've mumbled words or not got something quite right, but obviously that will all come with time. So that's that bit done. Just pop that one out of the way. There we go. And there we go. How beautiful does that look? There, just catching the light. So that's that bit done. Obviously don't worry, your cardstock will warp slightly, but I'm just going to put that to the side just while we work on the next bit. And then for the sentiment, I've just got a piece of black cardstock. I always like to cut mine down to size once I've stamped the image rather than the other way around. So I'm using the sentiment part where it says it's your time to shine here. And I'm just going to ink it slightly. Obviously just make sure when you are inking it up that you don't get the border just around here, otherwise it will go onto your cardstock. And just stamp slightly onto your black. Again, I always like to check to make sure it's okay, which it is. I don't know if you can see that bit on camera. Then I'm going to bring in this ghastly silver embossing powder again, and hopefully that I don't drop it all. So just a small sentiment this time. So as you can see, just from the line there, I did catch a piece of the rubber stamp. So this is where a handy little paintbrush comes in, and it just wipes it away. So I am going to put the lid on that before that goes over another part of the room, and move that out of the way. Bring your embossing pool back in again and give it a good heat. There we go. So as that one obviously was a small saying, it hasn't taken very long to shine on that one. So I'm just going to move that one out of the way just so we can get the bases of our card all put together. So let's grab those pieces. Okay. So I like to use a tape runner. It's just simpler and a lot easier for doing your cards when you're matting and layering. So this bit goes to that bit here, just so you get an equal amount all the way around. There we go. And turn that one over and do the same again. I just find it easy. Sometimes if you use wet glue, I find the card becomes really quite tough to be able to use. And then just pop it straight onto this one. Give it a good old press down. So that is the basis of your card made. We are just going to cut out the sentiment. Normally I would use a trimmer, however I have left it in the other room. And this is already take 4, so I'm just going to cut it out using a pair of scissors. And then we're just going to pop some dimensionals on the back, which are these here, they're foam pads. Just pop a few on the back, just so it raises it up equally. Always like to put one in the middle and one on the end, and then just peel the backing pieces off and stick it down to your card. There we go, and that is today's card all done using one stamp set, some Versamark, some silver embossing powder, the embossing tool, and 3 cardstock colours. I hope you like the creation today. Thank you for joining me, and next week we will have something different. Thank you. Bye bye.